तौ सन्तोषयता सन्तौ श्रीलरूपसनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेखं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्यात पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः. Okay, tell me what was going on from the last class. Tell me. So Yamaraj, what instruction he is giving to his servants? Why Yamaraj topic is coming in between? Tell me. Online, on-site. Yes, Bhagavan Prabhu, Bhagavan Pandit Prabhu. Yamaraj topic, why it came?
Yes, Prabhu. Last time we discussed. Able to hear?
Yes, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
So we discussed about kirtan and smaran. You say na that these two processes are three: the kirtan by the tongue, and smaran by the mind, and then bowing down shira. These three is the easiest process one should follow. If you are not doing this, then other 9 processes may not be doing, he or she. And another point, kirtan, sorry, tongue. Here, tongue is the nominative, means it is a karta, although it should be in pronoun. Or why it is karta? Ki even the person don't want to chant, like to chant, still if one chants, still he get the benefit. That for that purpose it is saying. So this I remember. And
yeah. What is the main topic is going on? Anyone can just mention this, can say from the last class? What was the topic? No, no need of garam pani. We need light.
Bhakti is highest dharma.
No.
So in that, this is it.
So Mataji, yes, Prabhu. Yes, Mataji, tell me.
Yes, Prabhuji, bhakti is the highest dharma. That was the main point. And while saying that, we discussed how when so Yamaraj is telling his followers, one who has not, or those whose tongues have not chanted the names of the Lord, or whose minds have not remembered the Lord, or whose
Bhakti is the highest dharma. We established Paramadharmatvam, Paradharmatvam. We established already or not, very long back. But now what we are doing specifically, we are doing some special thing actually. What is that special thing we are seeing about the bhakti? If you see my file, you can understand.
Yeah, someone, Prabhuji.
If you,
someone, if he is doing bhakti, then even if he is committing sinful activities, or the sins are all destroyed, so the sins will not how do you say it, he will not go to hell if he is doing bhakti. But if without doing bhakti someone is doing all other types of dharma, then still he will he will incur sins.
How the anuccheda is starting actually? What is the main core statement that we should, anytime actually sandrabha means you should understand what is the sutrasthanam vakyam. That means on what the statement he is making, and after that he is going to prove that by based upon the Bhagavat sentence. So what statement, what pratigna he did? So can anyone guess this? Yeah, Bhagavan Pandit Prabhu, yes, Prabhu, please.
So nirartha, unless useless activity is offered without any motive, it is offered, that is also considered bhakti. Useless activity,
That is
that
also
running
considered.
prayer.
That is over. For that, he gave the example, yo mai pare dharmaha. This.
Yeah, that I only see.
Yeah, that is done. Next, that is not the, that statement is not being proved in the entire anuccheda. That is not the main sutrasthani vakyam. So after that, you see. Next, actually, if you see next, then you'll understand.
27, 28, 29, these three verses.
No.
That
No. You see.
not,
After that, it is in that way, it is stated that bhakti's quality of destroying sins and so on arising even by hearing. This is the main statement actually. Bhakti arising. So bhakti is done in what way? Just by the hearing. Shravanadina api tasyaha papagnatvam papagnatvadikam. That means you are doing what kind of bhakti? Hearing. This kind of bhakti you are doing, hearing, just hearing. And that much is enough to destroy the sins. That is the main thing we are. That in that way you are going to glorify bhakti. It's not that they to destroy the sins, there is no need to have such a elaborated and lengthy or something very big or very great activity is not needed. Just hearing. This much is enough. Hearing, that means that is the activity, bhakti activity. If it is done, that means shravanadina api bhavati tasyaha papagnatvadikam tasyaha shravanadina api bhavati ityuktam. So it is in this way it is stated that bhakti's quality of destroying sins. Papagnatvam means quality of destroying sins and so on. So arises, this quality arises even by hearing. Even by hearing. That's why people may wonder, one time hearing holy name, it is destroying all the sins. That means bhakti is getting the quality of destroying all the sins. Bhakti is having the quality of destroying all the sins. And that quality is arising, is coming by just hearing. So that point is being established here actually. For that, we took the reference. So sloka from Maga Mahatmyam, Devaduta Vakyam. Prahasman Yamuna Brata Sadaram hi Punah Punah Bhavadbir Vaishnavaihi Vaishnavaha Styajyo Vishnunche Bhajate Naraha. This is a statement actually of Devadutas. That means servants of the Yamaraj. So they are saying Asman Yamuna Brata. Yamuna Brata means Yamaraj, your brother of Yamuna. That is the son of the Suridev. So Suridev's son is Yamaraj, daughter is Yamuna. And that's why they are brother and sister. And what he said, again and again he said, Vaishnavaha Tayatyajyaha. Vishnunche Bhajate Naraha. If they worship Vishnu. Vaishnava Yadgruhe Bhungte Yesham Vaishnava Sangati. Tepi Vaha Pariharyaha Syuhu Tatha Sangam Hata Kalvishaha. This anyway, we discussed already all these. We coming through that. That means what is there in our heart now? Now Shravanadi Rupa Bhakti is also going to destroy all the sins. That is our main interest actually. That we want to establish. Shravanadi, that means just chanting one time or hearing one time or just paying obeisances one time. This kind of activities, that is going to destroy millions of lifetimes you incurred or you gathered the sin, and that will be destroyed by just this one activity. It is really glory of the bhakti or not? Such a bhakti. Bhakti has such a potency. Others, they cannot understand. So karmis, they know only the doing the big elaborated yajnas to get the little phala. So after doing this such a heavy yajna, so ejayata sarga kamaha. So then they will be getting the sarga, the pleasure, sarga pleasure. So people, that's why they may not believe actually. This much simple activity can do. That is the thing actually. Yes, it can do. That is the glory of the bhakti. So for that, who is the proof? This Yamara statement in the Bhagavatam. That is the sense actually. We should. Jihvana vakte bhagavad guna namadheyam chetascha na smarati chaccharanarvindam krishnaya na namati yachcharas ekadapi tan anayadvam asato kruta vishnu krutyan. So this is the sloka we were analyzing. We analyze many points here from this. Jihvana vakti. That means here instrument, jihva is instrument. To chant, jihva is instrument or the karta? Actually, in general case, generally it is instrument and karta is the person. So he is having desire to chant, then he will be using the tongue. But if someone is saying tongue is chanting, if someone makes tongue as an instrument, as a subject or as a doer, that means what? That signifies what? That indicates what? That indicates the unwillingness of the person. If you say tongue is chanting, that means he is not chanting, tongue is chanting. If you say, that means unwillingness. No, not unwillingness. That means his will is not there. If his will is there, then you will say he is chanting. But if you simply say tongue is chanting, जैसे मैं हाथ पैर चला रहा हूँ, जी रहा हूँ, हाथ पैर चला रहा हूँ, हाथ पैर चल रहा है, नहीं तो ऐसा कुछ बोलते हैं ना, तो हम लोग हिंदी में भी एक्चुअली तो अनविलिंगनेस, अनिच्छा, इच्छा and willingness. Okay, so that's appropriate English word is willingness. So willing means there is no desire of, that means I have to chant now. No, just chalne do. So here Yamaraj is saying jihva navakti, he is making jihva as a karta or otherwise doer for chanting activity. So that's why it is indicating unwillingness of the person. That means mechanically something you are doing without any desire, without any willingness. That chanting, if anyone do that, so oh my dear servants, you should not bring that person. Jihvana vakti bhagavad gunanamadheyam. Mind which remembers, mind remembers, he remembers is not said. Through mind, he remembers Lord, he didn't say. He said mind remembers. That means mind is made as a karta here, doer. So it is also indicating that somehow or other he remembered Krishna. So without his willingness, and even you don't bring that person. Or some head is bowing down, head is paying obeisances. So siraha, so namati. In that case also head. We are saying head is bowing down, not the person is bowing down. That is also indicating unwillingness of that person to bow down, and somehow or other some temple came or something came and he bowed down like this. That is also considered as something, that means temple came in front of that entrance and some cheek he got, that means some sneezing he did. That's all, enough. He should not be brought. He bowed down actually. He paid obeisance to the Lord. Like the rat also did the same thing, na? It took that wig which is offered in the Kartik month, that lamp actually, from that it taken wig into the mouth and it just so up and down jumping because of that fire which is stuck in its teeth. That wig was stuck. But still it is accepted as that means it's bhakti only. That means this is abhasa, bhakti abhasa. Even the abhasa of the bhakti, semblance of the bhakti, is done by anyone, that is going to destroy all the sins. And akruta Vishnu krutyan, you should not bring those people, and whoever is not doing this, then you should bring, means even these simple activities they are not doing, means so definitely they are not doing definitely they cannot do even big activities. That means other next 6 limbs of the devotional service. So it signifies what actually? So Yamaraj is giving this such a statement to the Yamadutas. They should not touch that person in his life. One time he hear, that's all. He should not go to hell. He should not be taken to hell. That is the glory of the bhakti.
Suppose one person.
You can sit in the chair, Prabhu. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Suppose somebody did little bhakti unconsciously or unwillingly. So,
no problem. Please sit, Prabhu. Yeah.
Also, as well as so, Yamadutas will not take to hell.
Yes.
On the other side, he's not also purified, and Vishnu Dutta is also not coming to take him. So,
yeah,
what will be the condition of Jiva? It will be negative.
Yeah, because of these vasanas. So, yeah, he will be given. See, in that case, what will happen? He did little bhakti, so he will be getting the human form of life, or otherwise he is getting the any suitable life. He is not going to hell, so he will be getting some sweet, like in the case of Bharata Maharaj. So what happened? So whatever consciousness is here, he didn't go to hell, but whatever consciousness is there, based upon that, he'll be getting some species out of 84 lakhs. So he's traveling and he's getting the once again. So a lot of bhakti did, big bhakti did. Of course, yeah. So, but because antikale cha mame vasar, that means yam vapi smaran bhavan tejityanti kalevar. That rule also has to be satisfied. We should give space for that also, no? So that's why he was remembering the deer. So that's why he got that. Similarly, whatever consciousness, whatever desires we have, we got accordingly some form of the species of life. Then after that, we'll be doing the, so back once again coming to the human form of life, and bhakti is continued. Like in the case of previous life, Prahlad Maharaj was fighting with, in previous life, was fighting with one prostitute on the day of Narsingha Chaturdasi. And what happened? So because of that fighting, he didn't take anything, and that was considered as fasting on the Narsingha Chaturdasi day, auspicious day. So then that, because of that Sukriti, he got the now in this life, Prahlad Maharaj. Even in the case of rat also, it took that wig, and it so happened that then in the next life, that rat became a queen, and she practiced, that means intense bhakti, and went back. So you'll be seeing these are the examples actually. So whoever is doing this kind of bhakti, they are given an opportunity of, so immediately. So maybe 1 or 2 life. And also we are seeing in the case of Bharata Maharaj, so he is becoming the deer, and after that he's once again so continued his bhakti. So that is the thing. Tyaktva charanam bhujam harer bhajan napakko pate tato yadi yatra kvava abhadra vabhut amushya kim. What kind of inauspicious will happen? Definitely they will be coming back to the platform of devotion. They will be continuing. Even abhasa bhakti they didn't do any intentional bhakti. Willingly they didn't do. Even those people are getting the opportunity of this. Then what to speak of people who does the so willingly some bhakti? They will not go. Then what will happen? What will happen to their sin? Their sin will be destroyed by the practicing of the bhakti. And but how they will be corrected? Lord will be giving the punishment according to his will, not the karma.
What will be their punishment?
Punishment will be there, so based upon the will of the Lord actually. How much punishment should be given, he will decide himself. Like doctor, what kind of medicine should be given? Sweet medicine should be given, bitter medicine should be given. That the doctor himself decides. So similarly, Lord himself takes care. He will definitely, that Jivatma definitely continue to do bhakti. That is the power of the bhakti. Now all are safe now. Whoever is now came into the bhakti and did so much japa and so much service, so all are safe now. We are all. So no doubt we are already in a good safe condition. Only thing is, delay will be there actually. Someone will go in within one life and someone after after 2 lives, 3 lives, 4 lives is based upon the seriousness. The intense of the bhakti is the only the factor. If you develop intense bhakti in this life, immediately we can go. Like in the case of Ajamil, when he developed the intense bhakti, by the Namabhasa, all the sins is destroyed. But so that's why at the end of his life, he is able to chant the Narayana's name somehow or other. Such a fortune, how it got that situation, how it came up. That means at the time of death, his son is coming in front and he's seeing, and his senses also working, and he's able to recognize that person is there, that boy is there, and let me call. This much opportunity, this much good fortune, from where it came? Now he also able to remember. Generally, at the time of death, nobody can remember anything. So, but he's able to remember and also uttered that name. How it happened? That kind of fortune, how it happened at the time of death? Because already his sins are destroyed by the first time he took the holy Narayana's name at the time of Sunamakarana Samskara. Okay, so but that means by Namabhasa his sins are destroyed. But when he developed the bhakti, then after that Vishnudutta said, okay, you have some few more years, 12 more years. So you have time and you do the intense bhakti and develop that and come back to us. So that's why it's needed to develop the intense bhakti. If you develop intense bhakti in this life, that's a gadata, it's a tivra bhakti. Like in the case of Narada also will be seeing, when he got Siddhadeha, when he developed the intense bhakti, when his love for the Lord, he became so intense, then only he got. So anyway, now we are coming to our discussion. So these things are, this Yamaraj is glorifying so much about the activities of the bhakti, Vishnu Krutyan. Even this much little activity is done by anyone, they will not, they should not be brought. They should not be brought to this. Atra abhaktanam anayanena bhaktanam, where we are, so abhaktanam anayanena bhaktanam ananayanam eva vidhiyate. If you see, we took the 3 slokas actually, 27, 28 and 29. 29 is the main discussion, but 27 and 28 we are seeing. In 27, what he is saying, what kind of message he is giving in the 27? So whom he should not bring. On 28, he is saying whom he should bring. So 28, he is saying that whoever is having aversion towards the Lord, they should be brought. That is the message given by the 28th sloka. In the 27th sloka, what message is given? So whoever is doing this, that means devotion to the Lord. Parigita pavitra gatanam. So nikatamana nisheda varta is stopping. So finally, by concluding these 3 slokas, by seeing these 3 slokas, so and in the 29th, we are seeing tan anayadvam, he is saying, you bring those people who are not doing even a little activity for the Vishnu. So those people should be brought. That means he is saying clearly, non-devotees should be brought to me. That means it is referring to what? Devotees should not be brought. From this, what devotee means what? Even tongue chants one time, that is also okay. He is also considered as devotee and they will not be taken to hell. Anayanasya utsarga siddhatvat. We are taking, bring the non-devotees indicates or refers to not bringing the devotees, because we are taking this actually. In the sloka it is said, don't bring non-devotees, he said. Sorry, don't bring non-devotees, he said. That is, we are taking, they should not take the devotees. This much meaning we are so automatically taking, because this is a rule actually. Ana yadvam. This is a rule Yamaraj made actually. You should bring non-devotees, he said. That means this kind of utsarga means it is rule actually. This rule, bring non-devotees, he said clearly. So that is indicating, so not bringing of, should not bring the devotees. Next, Vaivasvatam Samyamanam Prajanam iti Srutehe. And also we are seeing from the Sruti. So what we are seeing Sruti? So, Yamaraj is appointed as a controller of the, or the punishment. He is appointed to punish the people, citizens. So that's why he made the rule. From this rule we are understanding, so not bringing the devotees. Okay, next. Now one interesting sloka is coming. Sakranmana Krishna Padara Vindayor Niveshitam Tadguna Ragiyairiha Nateyamam Pasha Brutascha Tadbhatan Swapnepi Pashyanti Hi Chirna Nishkruta. So Sakrit Manaha, one time. Sakrit means one time. Manaha Krishna Padara Vindayohu Niveshitam. If mind enters into the lotus feet of the Lord for one time, Tadguna Ragi. And Tadguna Ragi means, so, which is absorbed in Krishna's, which is attached to the qualities of the Lord. Gunaragi means the mind which is attached to the qualities of the Lord. That mind one time, even for one time, it enters into the lotus feet of the Lord. Then what? So whoever is entering their mind into the lotus feet of the Lord, what kind of mind that is? Which is having the attachment to the qualities of the Lord. And those people, those people, they yamam, those people will not see even in the those people will not see Yamaraj and also his servants even in the dream, because just one time entered into their mind, entered into the lotus feet of the Lord. That's why, so they performed all the kinds of atonements, all the sins whatever performed in the millions of the lives. So for that atonement is done. Chirna Nishkrutaha. What I want to say here, I am asking here, if you see the translation, there is some kind of undigestible thing is appearing here. Can anyone find that? Those by whom the mind, which is attached to the qualities of the Lord, is only once absorbed in lotus feet. They don't see Emma and his servants who hold the news even in dreams, since they have accomplished all atonement by that remembrance. Anything you are yes, come on, you are in the line. Some controversial thing is we are seeing here. Who will tell this? Wow. Online on everything, don't worry. Lights off, that lights through. कम कर दीजिए लाइट्स. उसका translation पढ़िया. If people please read out once and see the some undigestible thing is there, some controversial thing. Anyone wants to say? Huh? गया पूरा? हाँ, चल रहा है तो चलने दीजिए. ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, चलाओ ये सही. बोलिए बोलिए बोलिए, जल्दी बोलिए आप. स्क्रीन ऑन करिए एक बार. हाँ, हाँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम. wants to say anyone? हाँ, yes bro. Mic. Okay, you take this. Yes, it's good.
Here is mentioned,
हाँ,
although not having fully realized Krishna.
हाँ.
That means this is not talking about pure devotee here. So not realized Krishna means it may be sadhaka also. And also a person who have even one surrender completely unto his lotus feet. That means also not least always surrender. Sometimes occasionally somehow other called surrender means out of just like somebody is falling, somebody is out of hunger, some out of fear.
No. Here in this sloka, translation, what is the problem? Tell me. So what is the thing he is looking controversial in the translation? Sakrit Mana Krishna Padarvinde, you are seeing a Prabhu, my file. In that, can you say? Sakrit Mana Krishna Padarvindayoho. In this, what is written? Those by whom the mind, which is attached to the qualities of the Lord, is only once absorbed in the Krishna's lotus feet. Which is attached to the qualities of the Lord is only once absorbed in the Krishna's lotus feet. How it is it? This is looking very different, na? Is giving problem or not? Saranakanti Prabhu, you are feeling something, huh? Something odd it is looking, na? What is this actually? Here you see in the sloka Tadguna Ragi. That means mind is Tadguna Ragi. It is absorbed in the qualities of the Lord. That's clearly indicating Tadguna Ragi. And also Sakrut means one time. How if the mind is absorbed in the qualities of the Lord, then how can you say one time, only one time entering into the lotus feet of the Lord? So this is what kind of bhakti? Mind is absorbed in the qualities of the Lord, and only one time he is able to make enter of his mind into the lotus feet of the Lord, onto the lotus feet of the Lord. What kind of bhakti this is? This is a very special bhakti actually. It is known as, Jiva Goswami explains this, Kada Chitki. Bhakti is actually Kada Chitki Ragha Bhasamayi Bhakti. What is this bhakti? Kada Chitki Raga Bhasamayi Bhakti. This is Raga Bhasa and also Kada Chitki. Raga Bhasa means what? He feels, oh Krishna, oh. So like that, they show the attachment towards the Lord, but actually only for a moment it stays. That's why it is not really raga. What the person after doing the So Vaidhi, then you enter the Rati, that means Raga stage, and then doing the Raganu Bhakti. They will be having the attachment for the Lord all the time. But in this case, what? He is having the Raga, that means attachment to the Lord, only for moment actually. So this Bhakti is known as what? Kada Chitki Raga Bhasa. Only for moment Raga is staying and it is going. This is why it is known as Raga Bhasa Mayi Bhakti. So here, I will explain. Bhakti is first of all two types. Is another kind of classification it is. Bhakti can be classified based upon the various factors into many ways, like Aropa Siddha, Sangha Siddha, Swarupa Siddha, or we can define like this, or otherwise now here Santata, Kada Chitki, or otherwise we can consider Vaidhi, Sadhana, Bhava. So Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, or otherwise you can define that Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anardhanivritti, like the stages wise Bhakti also you can define. Many ways Bhakti can be classified actually. So now we are seeing the special classification actually. Bhakti is two types. Santata, Kadachitki. Santata means which is always constantly remains. That is Santata Bhakti. Kadachitki means momentary. Only for moment it is staying and going. So, and first Santata, second one is Kadachitki. First one is once again two types. What is that? Asakti Matra Yukta Ragamayi cha. First one is two types. Asakti Matra Yukta. Second is Ragamayi. So I am not able to write on the board because we don't have light now. Here power is not there. So I cannot, it's not visible actually. Okay. Asakti Matra Yukta Ragamayi. So this is two types. I'm not going in details of this. Even here it is not given. So Ragamayi Bhakti means you know, or Asakti Matra Yukta means which is having only person is having only Asakti. It is in the Asakti and it is in the Raga. So like this you take. And next Antya, main one will coming. Second, Kadachitki Bhakti is three types actually. Kadachitki Bhakti is three types. What is that? Ragha Bhasamayi. What is that? First one is second one is Tatsunya Swarupa Bhuta. Tatsunya Swarupa Bhuta. Tatsunya Swarupa Bhuta means, Tat means here Raga Rahita. Raga Rahita Swarupa Bhuta. And third one is Abhasa Bhuta. These three. Now I will explain these three. So Kadachitki Bhakti is three types. First one is Chapan, boliye sab log. Raga Bhasamayi. Raga Bhasamayi. That means what? Only for some moments you will be feeling that you are having this so much attachment for the Lord. You are showing so much attachment for the Lord for only few moments. So that is known as Kadachit moments. That means Kadachitki. And Raga is not there, but still showing the Raga. Sometimes for few seconds, mind is, oh, sometimes they come to the temple, oh, Krishna, so nice. And for a moment, they will be feeling so much attachment for the Lord's beautiful face. But after that, going to the out of this, just, so they will put on their earphones and start hearing the rock music. Gaya kaam se, kuch nahi. Their mind is not absorbed in the qualities of the Lord forever, only for few moments. That is what? That's just abhasa of the Raga Bhakti, that is. You'll be seeing this kind of things actually. Even in our life also it could happen. And next, second type of the Kadachitki Bhakti is what? Tatsunya Swarupa Bhuta. Tatsunya Swarupa Bhuta means Raga, there is no Raga Bhakti, but Swarupa Bhuta Bhakti you are doing. Swarupa Bhuta Bhakti, all of you know. What is Swarupa Bhuta Bhakti? Swarupa Bhuta Bhakti is Shravanam Kirtan. Sakshat Bhakti is also known as Swarupa Bhuta Bhakti. Okay. So that's without, for moments you will be doing the Krishna Krishna without any Raga, Krishna Krishna, like that you are doing something, holy name. Only for moments. This is, so only for moments you are doing. And third one is Abhasa bhuta. Abhasa bhuta means, in the case of rat is doing the abhasa. It doesn't know. Abhasa bhakti means you should remember all the time without knowing the relation with the Lord, without having the Bhagavad Gnanam, without knowing the connection with the Lord. If bhakti is done, activity of bhakti is done, then that is known as abhasa bhakti. Example is rat. Rat doesn't know his supreme personality of Godhead and I should offer the lamp, and then it is becoming the bhakti. Sarvabhuta, he knows. Chanting, but without any attachment. For a moment, he is doing like that. For a fraction of seconds. Okay. And abhasa means he doesn't know actually. Like example, in the case of Prahlada Maharaj, in the previous life, he was just, he is Vitala. Vitala means he is roaming around prostitutes, and he was fighting with her. And he fasted. He didn't eat because of angry on her. But that it happened on the day of Narsingha Chaturdasi. Then it is considered as bhakti and abhasa bhakti. This is example of abhasa bhakti. So kadachit means for moments only it is done. No, for moments means for few minutes or few. So this in the case of rat or something, not the whole life is done. No? This is abhasa bhakti for moments, for some time. Kadachit means for little amount of time it is done. So kadachit ki bhakti is three types: raga bhasamayi, tat sunya swarupa bhuta, abhasa bhuta. So now in this sloka, what we are seeing in the first, this sixth canto, first chapter, sloka number is this. This is sloka number 19. This 19 sloka, what we are seeing in the translation, the mind which is absorbed in the qualities of the Lord is entered into the lotus feet of the Lord for once. This what kind of bhakti this is? Raga kada chitki raga bhasamayi bhakti. So that's why you should know. Why in the previously also we saw in the 146th anuccheda. Sorry, 106 anuccheda. What we have seen there? Bhakti, you should identify what kind of bhakti is and what kind of this bhakti. By seeing this sloka itself, immediately you should understand what kind of bhakti this is. Okay. Now, some person is like that, and what he did, what is said, Sukadeva Goswami is saying this sloka. And in that means if anyone do that kind of bhakti also, that means kada chitki raga bhasamai bhakti he did. For moments, his mind is absorbed and entered into the Lord. And so Sukadeva Goswami is saying that even that kind of people, even in the dream, not in the reality, but even in the dream, they don't see Yamaras and his servants. That means Yamaras and his servants, they never dare to come in front of this person who did the kadachitki. For a moment he did, only for a few moments. And he doesn't have any raga, but so see, that is the glory of the bhakti. And in front of his eyes, that means if he is seeing, that means even dream they don't see, means if he is seeing in this way, in this direction, they never dare to come in that direction. That much power they are having now. So it is said, Ityatra tad gunaragi. This tad means tad gunaragi. That means mind which is absorbed in the qualities of the Lord, which is absorbed in the qualities of the Lord. This is the visheshana for the mind. That visheshana, so is indicating what? Is indicating what? So that means his mind is absorbed in the qualities of the Lord for a moment, and that is offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. And that means his mind is absorbed in the qualities of the Lord for a moment, and that kind of mind got such a power, that mind's power is such a way, what? So that means That means that means what? He remembered, that person remembered Lord for moments actually, only for few seconds. And that kind of remembrance, smaranam, is having a power. So smaranasya prabhava vishesham. So what is that prabhavam? What is it? That remembrance of the Lord is having a special power. So what is that special power? Destroys the ability of the Yamaraj and his servants to come in the path seen by the such people. This is the part. This is the point. That power, that remembrance is having the power. What it is doing? It is destroying the ability of the Yama and his servants to come in the path which is seen by that person. It's becoming complex. Line is okay. Understandable, Anna? This is the glory. This is the glory of the bhakti. So now we are discussing this. What is this bhakti? How it is great? In what kind of position we are now actually? We are in the highest fortunate souls and staying in the Govardhan Dham and sitting and remembering Krishna. Many ways bhakti is happening. By staying itself is itself a bhakti. And in the association of the sadhus and in front of the Lord, just at the lotus feet of the Govardhan, and discussing the Srimad Bhagavatam and remembering the Krishna. How many things? Bhakti, 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 bhakti. Yeah. Yeah, whatever we have disturbance, that is insignificant actually. You should be feel bliss and happy, and so that means yeah. Okay, next. After that, Tatha Yatha Eva Nrisimhe, Narasimhe. Is clear? This sloka is clear? Yeah. You should remember actually, Prabhu. Actually, these are such a wonderful slokas, they are all actually. They are glorifying the bhakti. Sukadeva Goswami, how he is glorifying, you see, bhakti. This sloka is said by, and previously Yamaraj is glorifying. So that is the quality of the bhakti we are discussing. Papagnatvam. Bhakti, how it is destroying the sins and so many things. Aham amaraणामर्चितेन धात्रा यम इति लोकहिताहिते नियुक्तः हरिगुरुविमुखान् प्रशास्मि मर्त्यान् हरिचरण प्रणतान् नमस्करोमि. Aham amara ganarchitena dhatra yama iti lokahite niyuktaha. Yamaraj himself is saying, I am engaged as Yama. Yama means the controller. I am appointed as Yama by Lord. By whom? By the Dhatra. Dhatra means Lord. So who is worshipped by by the Devatas for punishing. Why he is appointed? For punishing or rewarding people. Loka hita hite. So punishing and rewarding. I punish those who are averse to the Lord and Guru, and offer respects to those who bow to the Lord's feet. Yamaraj is saying he is going to punish those people who are averse to Guru and Hari. Guru Hari Vimukhan. Hari Guru Vimukhan. Prashasmi. Prashasmi means I punish. And I pay obeisances to whom? Haricharana Pranatan, who took the shelter, who bowed down to the Lord's feet. To them, Yamaraj is saying he is going to pay obeisances to them. Namaskara, respects. So next, iti tatha eva amruta sarodhare skanda vachanam. So in the Skanda's words is the son of the Shiva, Skanda. So Skanda's words in the Amrita Sarodhara. Amrita Sara means, so Amrita means this Samudra Manthan, bringing out this Amrita. That in that context, Skanda is saying these words. Na Brahma na Sivani na Sivanindra naham nanye divaukasa shaktastu nigraham kartum vaishnavanam mahatmanam. Neither Brahma, nor Shiva, nor Agni, nor Indana, nor myself, nor the Devatas are able to punish the great devotees of the Lord. Ultimately, why we are saying this point, we are taking bhakti which is just done. That means simple hearing or the chanting, this kind of bhakti, simple activity. By bhakti is performed by the simple activities like hearing, chanting, or remembering, and that is also going to destroy all the sins. That is the quality we discussed till now. That quality we discussed. There is no need to do any elaborated process to destroy all the sins. That's why how can you say all the sins are destroyed? Because you are seeing, if anyone doing this kind of simple devotional activity, so they should not be taken to hell. So that is indicating. Okay. Understood? Clear? Main theme is understood. Skanda is a Shanmuga, that is Shiva's. Huh? Skanda, son of the Shiva. Kartikeya. Yeah, Shanmuga. You said na Skanda's words means myself means Skanda only, na? You see first line in that way. Skanda's words in Skanda is here, na this. Then I means who, what you should write. Myself means Skanda only you should write, na. Huh? Achha. His name of the son of the Lord, Shiva. Next one is the 149. File. Because I am not able to send file before, because every day I do just before. Why I may come 5 minutes late sometimes like that? Because I am doing this before the class only. And done and running, that's all. Because it's so hectic actually. Hectic means tedious job, such a big commitment, 300 anucchedas, translating and teaching. Okay. See. Okay, next. What we are going to discuss here? Some another glory of bhakti. We are not discussing any story on this glory, na? That's why if people are feeling so, it's only philosophical. You can make for every glory one story. You can search out from the Puranas and Bhagavatam and other places. Huh? Here, huh? Yeah, translation. Okay, Mula. Sampurna Mula is there long back. Once upon a time, I will send once again Mula also, total file. I can share total Mula. तथा सकृत भजनेनैव सर्वमपि आयुः सफलम् इत्युदाहृतमेव श्री शौनक वाक्येन आयुर्हरति वै पुंसाम् उद्यन् अस्तं च यन्नसौ. What we are going to discuss? By one time worship of the Lord. One time worship. That means you heard name or chanted that much. So by that, entire life becomes fully successful. This is stated by Saunaka statement. आयुर्हरति वै पुंसाम् उद्यन् अस्तं च यन्नसौ तस्यार्थे यत्क्षणो नीता उत्तमश्लोकवार्तया. So both by raising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone. Yes, sun is rising and going, setting means one day gone, our life. Our ayu is decreased. But by this rising and setting of the sun, someone's ayu is not decreased. Who is that? Except that person's life who spent even for a moment. Are actually is typing this even once again it came. Who spent even for a moment. Actually, he didn't delete this actually. Even a second or even a moment, even for a moment, even a second, anything is enough actually. But 2 times it is given. Even for a moment, in brackets are other, even for a second, discussing the topics of supreme law. Okay, I will immediately remove it once. Acha, here sahi hai. Somehow, even who spent even for a moment discussing topics of the Supreme Lord, that you should take. Okay, you can even a second you remove that. Okay, so from this what? For example, if you see there is a tree. On the tree, if we have fruits on one stem, one branch, sometimes it happens actually. Mangoes are coming only in the one branch. So, but you say that Phalavati Vrukshaha. This tree is fruitful actually. Yes or no? So, similarly, in anyone's life, for a fraction of seconds, if he does bhakti, then his whole life is becoming successful. That is the point here. What do we want to establish? Anuccheda, what is there? How it is starting? So, by one time worship of the Lord, entire life becomes fully successful. Okay, this is established or not in this sloka? Yes, yes. Next. एवं भक्त्याभासेन अपि अजामिलादौ पापघ्नत्वं दृश्यते. Even destruction of the sin, papagnatvam means destruction of the sin by bhakti abhasa is seen in Ajamil's case. He didn't do any bhakti. Doing bhakti means if bhakti abhasa, what is the difference? If you do the devotional activity with the proper consciousness, with the knowing, with the connection, with the knowledge of the Lord, if you do, then that is known as, so with the sambandha gnana, if you do, then that is known as bhakti, or otherwise it is without any sambandha gnana is done, then that is known as abhasa. So in the case of Ajamil also same, he chanted the name, That is son's name. So, but we are seeing the destruction of all the sin. In the same way, evam तथा सर्व कर्मादि विध्वंस पूर्वक परमगति प्राप्तौ अपि स्वल्प आयासेन एव भक्तेः कारणत्वं श्रूयते. Swalpa bhakti. That means, here you see, in the same way, it is heard that bhakti which is practiced with a less endeavor is a cause in attaining the supreme goal while destroying all karmas. That means little bhakti. That means bhakti is done, little bhakti means bhakti done with less endeavor. That is the cause in attaining supreme goal. So while destroying all the karmas. That means all the karmas are destroyed, and also it is giving the supreme abode of the Lord. What is the reference for this? Vartamanam cha yat papam yad bhutam yad bhavishyati tat sarvam nirdahatyasu govindanala kirtanat. Bhagavatamritam is not written. Lagu Bhagavatam only it is said. There it is. Amritam is written in my file. Okay. Vartamanam cha yat. That means sin which was in the Vartamanam yat papam. Vartamanam cha yat papam yat bhutam yat bhavishyati. Sin which was in the past, which is in the present, and which will be in the future. The total is immediately burned up by the fire of chanting Govinda's names. Which was in past and present and future.
Sin here is mentioned, sin which was in past, which is present, and which will in future. That total immediately burnt up by the fire of chanting Govinda's name, even one name. So how to see the suffering, even the future, how to reconcile in the suffering of devotees and as well as counting sin. So just like we see the practicing and apparent sinful action and behavioral sin as well as suffering, but the reaction is already finished. Sinful reaction also finished. Sin finished means his reaction also finished. So still a tendency is there as well as suffering is there, due to which reason?
So for this example is Ajamil only is example, best example. At the time of Namakarana Samskara, he chanted the Narayana's name. By that chanting, that's Nama Bhasa only, because at that time also he doesn't have any knowledge of the Bhagavan, and with that bhava he didn't chant any. So just it's a son's name. They say that those Ritviks said, and he kept that for his son. And that time only, what happened? All the sin, whatever he did in the past, whatever he is doing present, and what he will be doing future. That means after that also 5 years he lived. When Narayana took birth, 5 years old, at the time of death of the Ajamil, Narayana's age. Yes, 4 or 5 years. 5 years. That means after name giving ceremony, maybe another 4.5 months, 4.5 years. So he still lived. In that duration of time, he might have done so much sin once again. So going and mixing with his prostitute wife and so many things he might have done. So that sin is also destroyed by this name only. That means sin destroyed means like like if you remove the leaks of the snake, then poison from those leaks, so it's not going to give any reaction. That means if bites, there is no poison. Similarly, Azamil did after name giving ceremony also so much illicit activities, so many illicit activities, and that means so much sin is done that didn't bind him to not come to Vishnudutas at the time of death. That is the point. You're understanding? So when after that, he did so many illicit activities, and that sin, what is the proof? This is the proof actually. At the time of his death, Vishnudutas came because he was able to chant the Narayana's name again. And why he is able to chant the Narayana's name? Because he doesn't have any offenses and any sin. So that's why he got the opportunity of chanting the Narayana's name. And that's why, so Vishnudutas, when he chanted, by that hearing that chanting, at the time of death, he is chanting Narayana's name. That is a rule actually. So then Vishnudutas came. So from this, we should understand that sin in the future is destroyed. But the point is how, that means that sinful activities are still performed by the Ajamil. After the chanting at the name giving ceremony he did, then everything should go out. Then how Vishwanath Thakur writes there, same question there also is Purvapakshi is raising. So answer is, he was saying there, like Bhakti Maharani gives the space to other processes also, karma, gnana, and so and so. So that's why immediately it is not showing it is doing internally, but it is not showing that externally. So that means he chanted, and on that day onwards he should be becoming so like sadhu. That means no desires, no. So now his pure life he should lead after the name giving ceremony. But he didn't see this. Like in the case of, I said previously, Bhakti Maharani, if you do bhakti with the senses, mind, body, everything should be transformed into spiritual body. Like in the case of Dhruv Maharaj. But it is not happening everyone's. Even our great gurus, they did the extensive devotional activity. There is no doubt in that actually. But we are seeing their material body is left here. But what is the Siddhanta? Everything gets spiritualized. But why it is not manifesting? Because Bhakti Maharani will not manifest all her qualities in front of common people. So that's why she is doing, so common people should not take it cheaply. So if something is coming very close to us, so we'll be take it if some valuable thing is on the road, then they will use, instead of hand, they will use foot. They will kick that actually. So that's why she is hiding herself. Gopaniyam. Bhakti is so secret actually. And similarly, she is hiding her results. And yeah. So then what is happening? So that, okay, that means others, karma, gnana, all those also get this space also. One more thing. They can also get this space. So by keeping Bhakti Maharani herself as small and insignificant, so common people also, so outwardly they think, oh, Bhakti is not doing anything. Okay. So karma and gnana also get some scope. Yes, sir. Inside it is doing everything, but that means externally it is not. So
that's why what is externally appearing is doing sin, continuing sin, suffering. We can see in devotee's life also. Bhakti Devi is hiding her glories. That
Yes.
through this we can understand.
Yes, yes.
This
In
way.
the case of if you don't have any anarthas, provided you don't. In Ajamil's case, what is that specific significant point we should understand? He didn't have any
Anartha.
of anarthas
And
actually.
but sadhaka
But
like,
sin is having.
but in sadhaka like us,
That sin is done.
if suffering is there, then we can conclude through due to for us only due to offense only. If suffering is there,
That means if someone is having the anarthas and also having the sin, then by one time holy name is not going to destroy the all the sins. So it needs the again and again to first destroy the anarthas, and gradually sins also go out. It will take till the time of ruchi to go out the material. So material sin, not the anarthas, not the offenses. Anarthas also 4 types. That's in that. That's a material sin is one type of anartha only. So that will go gradually only in that case. Okay, our case is whoever is taking diksha and doing the sadhana after accepting the authentic guru, and in that means they are coming in the ado shraddha sadhu sangha bhajana kriya, this cycle. But in the case of Ajamila, only 1, 2 actually sadhu sangha and final stage. That's all. Only 2 stages you can see in his life. There is no other stages. Why? Who has having this? So different stages. This ados and ados shraddha sadhu sangha bhajana kriya, anardha nivrutti, nishta, ruchi, asakti, bhava, prema. These stages are possible in whose case? Whose case? Whoever is having the anarthas. Whoever is having no anarthas but only sin, then in their case, only how many stages? Only 2 stages. Association and final stage finish. And that's a one time and holy name. Even he did this so much sin, no problem. Everything is finished. That's the Ajamil case. How many stages? 2 stages. In our case, how many stages? Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anardha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava. 9 stages. Ajamil got the prema. Prema means that ankuram he got, but that is not. That he reached the final stage, but the intense bhakti he didn't have actually. That's why he was asked to do 12 years to intensify his bhakti. Ishtudutas recommended, my dear boy. So friend, so you have you are eligible to take to you are qualified to go to Vaikuntha, but problem is you don't have any prema actually, intensified prema. You don't have any. So you do. That's why he went to Haridwar. And he did there. Practice. Okay. So if you come to our case, even somehow or other relationship, next point is this thing we saw. You should remember actually every point is very important because bhakti's glories are so nicely here discussed. Even in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sadharana Bhakti, you will be seeing the various glories. But those are all few, but here many are given actually. Srila Jiva Goswami gave many. It's important. It will be, and don't think it's an exaggeration. Oh, bhakti is destroying the future sin. Maybe हो सकता है. This maybe is थोड़ा सा बड़ा चढ़ा के बोल. So it may be something destroying. Okay, I accept, but a future how it is. थोड़ा सा और वो भी all the sins that also how it is. If you get this thought, then it is what? It is only the exaggeration. If you think, then it is offense, 6th offense actually. Tadarthavadaha. Immediately we are committing offense and one more problem. That means Bhakti Maharaj, that's a holy name thing that, hey, what you are thinking, you are underestimating my power, and you are what that Shastra is saying, and you are taking so cheaply. And she will become very holy name. So he will become very angry actually. Meghavarna Prabhu. You should not think it is exaggeration, okay? Okay, remaining things we'll discuss tomorrow. Any questions? Saranakanti, you have a question? Question bank actually, bro. I'll postpone the class exam. Prabhu actually has availability of time. I'm doing my hard struggle. Yes, to make questions hours and hours it goes, because once again going and making framing. Yeah. Acha, because that is a glory of no. Glory of what? You should know. You who is that? That is glory of. Some reference in art sand means it's glory of whose glory that is. Tell me. Whoever is writing questions, they should send. If they didn't write, then what should I do then? That's his problem actually. And he only and now he is writing. If he send reference, then okay. Saranakanti is writing. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Just you said the last point that bhakti is also giving space for other processes.
Yes, yes.
So, so we understand that when someone like a devotee is committing some sins and he's getting the reaction, so that is like the karma reaction he's getting.
No, actually, when one is surrendered to the Lord, Sharanagati, that means Ado Shraddha. Shraddha means it is having the symptom of Sharanagati. If one he has Shraddha means he is having Sharanagati. That is a basic actually starting. Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya, like that you will be seeing. Na? So Shraddha means one. How can you say one he is having Shraddha? Is Sharanagati. So that means he is surrendered to his Guru and he is ready to follow that Vaishnava's instructions. And in their case, so whatever the sin is there, but offenses are there and also sin is there, so they get the various punishments for those sins, not by the karma but just by the will of the Lord. So Lord is thinking that now I should give some kind of that means Lord is taking full charge on them actually, and then he gives punishment according to. Lord is like a doctor. Sometimes he may give the better medicine, sometimes he may give the sweet medicine, but he'll give medicine only. Sometimes he may give pleasure and sometimes he may give so pain, but the intention of that is what Lord why is giving, just to increase, to make that devotee healthy actually. Like how doctor gives medicine, sometimes bitter or the sweet, intention is what, making that patient healthy. Similarly, Lord also giving the sometimes punishment and sometimes so reward, only to make the devotee more and more serious in the devotion.
So what does it mean that bhakti is giving space for other processes? I didn't get that point.
That in the case of the Ajamil actually, who are having only 2 stages.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who are not having any offenses, then immediately bhakti, immediately that one time chanting is burning out all the sins, and now he is in the, so no other stages. Nishtha, Ruchi, these are all not needed actually. Because these stages are there classified like this because of the, so based upon the destruction of the offenses only, that is classified. If nothing is there, then no need of those stages. You will see this in anyway in the Madhuri Kadamini also once again there.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, we are discussing so much about glories of holy name and Krishna Katha. So also in Padma Purana, that verse, that Avaishnava Mukhat Girnam Putam Harikatha Mritam Shravanam Naiva Kartabam Sharpachistam Yatha Payam.
What is that shloka?
Avaishnava Mukhat Girnam Puta Harikatha Mritam Shravanam Naiva Kartabam Sharpachistam Yatha Payam.
From where it is? Which anuccheda? You are studying separately.
From Padma Purana.
Okay.
So
What is
there is mentioning that if this holy name is sung by, okay, translation I am reading. One should not hear anything about Krishna from a non-Vaishnava. Milk touched by the lips of a serpent has poisonous effect. Similarly, talks about Krishna given by a non-Vaishnava are also poisonous. So here actually this same holy name is being poisonous by chanting of the non-Vaishnava. So here holy name, glories of holy name is reducing.
Glories of holy name is
not actually glorified.
Yes. So condition is given now, Prabhu. What is that condition? So one who is not a devotee, so from his mouth, if we are hearing the holy name, so of course that is a milk only. So, but it is touched by the leaks of the serpent. That milk will become poisonous only. So, because that kind of thing, instead of doing the favor, it is going to do the unfavor. Because if you hear Krishna Katha from a materialistic person who doesn't have any devotion, so he will sow such a seeds in your heart, so which will lead to the offenses towards the Lord, towards the holy name, and that will lead to the poison. It's like a poison actually. You're understanding? Those things will become poisonous for you. In that sense, it is said actually. In that sense. So non-devotee means what? So he is training you to use this holy name to lead your life, material life, jivika, or so many things otherwise. So then what? You are committing the serious offenses towards that. In that way, it will be a poison for you. Understanding?
So till now, whatever we heard about hearing holy name, so that should be here only from the pure devotees.
Here we are not without, irrespective of conditions. Actually, some activity is done, and some activity is done just one time hearing or something. So that is one time hearing here. What it doesn't have any kind of the conditions also. If you are trained by the non-Vaishnava in the devotional practice or in the bhakti bhagavatam, then he will teach you the offenses only, simply. But one time hearing is irrespective of anything. It's simply said, just one time holy name or one time hearing.
And that non-Vaishnava who is like singing in the villages,
then that will be the problem for us.
They are not getting any benefits of holy name.
If non-Vaishnava is singing and you are hearing from that, so that mood also will enter into you. So that's when non-Vaishnava, when he is speaking or this, that mood will be there or not. So if you say, hey, do it, the mood is there or not in that words? Of course, do it is word only, but mood is there or not in that? Similarly, in that mood will also be there in the non-Vaishnavas. So the presentation of that is reflecting behind that. So that will be spoiling the consciousness.
Today also, today only that unwillingly, if somebody chant,
yes,
still that is effective. That will.
Yeah, that is true.
So he is not unwillingly, but he's chanting.
Unwillingly is not chanting. That's why he's getting the poison. Na? Willingly only he's chanting, but he is following the offender of the holy name.
I'm speaking of the singer, non-devotee singer. They will not get any benefit.
They will not get any benefit. They will get offenses. They will get any benefit means, so offenses are increasing. If he is doing one holy name and he is doing the 10 offenses. So then what is going to happen? That is, That is, that holy name is going to destroy little bit anartha, but ultimately, cumulatively, offenses, big offense is added. Na? So no use. You are understanding? Now you are like a simple example. You are one drop of petrol you are putting on that fire, and 10 liters of water you are putting. What is going to happen? To raise, so fire you are doing the little bit. To raise bhakti you are doing, if you take in that non-devotees chanting, maybe that holy name is having the, so that significance, but it is consumed in what? In destroying the offenses, what he is doing. How offenses are going? By the holy name only. Na? Holy name is, that's why again and again you need to chant, because to destroy the offenses. And at that time you don't get any bhava from that. It is going there. But bit taste you will be getting, little bit taste, because you have the some, that is also depends upon the amount of the offenses you are having. You have big chunk of offenses, and if you take one holy name, it is going to destroy the, so some little portion of the offenses, and it is going to give every fraction of the pleasure to you. Okay, the amount of pleasure derived from the holy name is depending on the amount of offenses you have, and the amount, that effect, the amount of the sins it is going to destroy is also depends upon the amount of the offenses. So that means ultimately in the materialistic person, I'm coming to your question. So if he is chanting, that holy name is doing the little effect, but he is adding the, without any, that means with offensive mood, he is taking the holy name. Just for the earning livelihood or something, just to become promotion himself. So he is doing that. He is offending the holy name. That is also, that negativity is added much and little, profit is less and loss is more. You are understanding? In that sense, you should understand. Clear? Okay, thank you very much. So, any other questions? If not, okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki.